Sometimes, the quietest moments are the ones that speak the loudest. And this is one of those moments. When the live broadcast ended, most people thought everything was over. They thought the cameras were off, the lights were shutting down, and BTS had already walked out of the room. But they didn't know. One camera was still recording. It stayed on through the silence, capturing something no one was ever meant to see. Taehyung and Jungkook remained in the room, unaware that the world could still watch them. The staff had left. The echoes faded. The heavy studio lights had dimmed to a soft, warm glow. The storm outside tapped gently on the windows, like nature itself was listening. In that dim, fragile space, something unguarded happened. Jungkook stood just a few steps away from Taehyung, watching him with quiet concern. Taehyung's shoulders were tense, his breathing shallow, like someone carrying a weight he hadn't allowed himself to put down for years. He wasn't smiling anymore. Not the idle smile, not the polite smile. Just Taehyung, the man behind the name, the heart behind the mask. "Hyung," Jungkook said softly, "you were quiet today." Taehyung didn't answer at first. He simply stared at the floor, fingers tightening around his own sleeve. A small, trembling gesture that only someone who truly knew him would notice. "It's nothing," he whispered, but Jungkook stepped closer. "It's not nothing." The silence stretched between them, not cold, not distant, but warm with something unspoken. Something both of them had avoided for too long. Taehyung sighed, tired. "You know how people are talking lately? How they twist everything. How they make us look like strangers." His voice wavered. "Sometimes it feels like we're losing something." Jungkook's jaw clenched for a moment, the hurt flashing through his eyes before he hit it again. He reached out, almost hesitantly, brushing Taehyung's sleeve with his fingertips. The lightest touch, but enough to make Taehyung lift his gaze. "We're not losing anything," Jungkook said, "but you're acting like we are." Taehyung swallowed hard. "Because I'm scared, Jungkook." The words fell heavy and raw. "Scared of what?" Jungkook asked, voice barely above a breath. Taehyung looked at him, then really looked at him. The kind of look that strips away every wall, every defense. "Scared that one day you'll find someone or something that replaces me. That you'll grow past me, away from me." Jungkook's expression softened instantly, painfully. He closed the distance between them without thinking. "Hyung," he whispered, "you're the one person I never replace." The storm outside thundered, low and distant, as if punctuating the truth. Taehyung's eyes shook, but he didn't look away. He didn't hide. And then Jungkook said something even softer. "You matter to me too much for that." The room felt smaller at that moment. Quieter. More alive. Taehyung exhaled shakily, his voice dropping. "I rely on you more than I should. More than I admit. And that scares me too." Jungkook's eyes softened even further. He placed his hand over Taehyung's, slow, deliberate grounding. "You don't have to be scared," Jungkook murmured. "I'm right here." Taehyung stared at their hands, the way Jungkook's thumb gently brushed his skin. It wasn't dramatic. It wasn't showy. But it was real in a way that almost hurt. "What if people misunderstand?" Taehyung asked quietly. "What if everything we do becomes another rumor, another argument, another reason for the world to judge us?" Jungkook shook his head slowly. "Let them twist it. Let them talk. We know the truth. That's enough." Taehyung's lips parted in a small, trembling breath. "What is the truth then?" Jungkook didn't hesitate. "That you're the person I look for in every room," he said. "That you're the one I understand without trying. That you make everything quieter." Taehyung froze, like the words struck something deep inside him. "Jungkook," he whispered, voice cracking. Jungkook stepped closer until their foreheads almost touched, just a breath apart, warm enough to feel, close enough to change everything. "I'm saying this now," Jungkook continued, "because I should have said it years ago." Thunder rolled again, deeper this time, echoing through the dim studio. Taehyung's fingers shifted beneath Jungkook's, turning so their palms met fully. A gesture small enough to hide, yet too honest to ignore. You don't know how long I waited to hear that, Taehyung whispered. Jungkook's smile was soft, sad, full of something tender. Tell me what you've been holding in, he murmured. Taehyung hesitated only a moment. Then his breath steadied. I've been afraid you'll wake up one day and realize you don't need me anymore, he said. That you'll find a new world, a new path, and I'll just be a memory you used to lean on. Jungkook shook his head slowly, firmly. That won't happen, he whispered. I don't want someone else. I don't need someone else. Taehyung's eyes flickered down to Jungkook's lips. Just a second, just a moment, but enough for the air to shift around them. Then what do you want? He asked. Jungkook breathed in, shaky and vulnerable. I want you to stop doubting your place in my life. The words landed like a soft explosion, quiet, but impossible to ignore. Taehyung blinked hard, emotions flooding fast and uncontrollable. And the rest, he whispered. Jungkook's voice dropped lower, gentle, secretive. The rest, I'll say when it's safe. Taehyung nodded slowly, accepting the truth between them even if it scared him. Their hands remained intertwined, their breaths sinking, their hearts beating in a rhythm only they understood. Outside, the storm softened. The lights dimmed further. The world shrank until it was only the two of them. Then, a small, almost invisible red light blinked in the corner of the room. The camera, still recording, still watching, still capturing everything. Neither of them noticed. Taehyung leaned in slightly, his voice barely audible. Whatever happens next, don't pull away. Jungkook shook his head, eyes warm, steady, unshaken. I'm not pulling away, he said. I'm stepping closer. The silence that followed wasn't empty. It was full of truth, full of tension, full of a connection that had survived years of rumors, distance, misunderstandings, and noise. A connection the world still argued about, but one that could be seen clearly, unmistakably, in this one unguarded moment. And the camera, still glowing red, captured it all. The truth no one was supposed to witness. The truth that would change everything when the footage finally reached the world.
Taehyung.
Jungkook. The quiet between them. The storm. The confession. The touch. The truth. A moment suspended between reality and illusion, where silence spoke louder than words, and two hearts finally aligned, even if the world wasn't ready to see it.